right, so not the first time he has been the #1 bantamweight contender, but most would argue this is a totally different beast than the man who arrived in a championship setting prior. Your thoughts on the #1 contender coming in here tonight?
You know, when you get here, you find an opportunity to try and become the man. But if it doesn't work out, you got to find your way back. That's exactly what this guy did. Not many believe that he would find his way back to this championship. He has, but now he understands that this will be the last chance. Last chance to become the champion. He cannot miss this opportunity. It's all or nothing for this guy walking into the octagon.
As some might say, don't be Russell Westbrook, right? Don't get to the NBA Finals one time, you gotta get back.
There twice. You gotta get there twice.
All right, so the 135-pound division has been owned by this man. He is showing no signs of slowing down, and not unlike some other champions we have, showing new wrinkles with every passing title.
Every time he gets to the octagon, he looks better. There's something new. There's something improved about our champion. He's just one of those guys that will never take a day off. He will never allow for someone to be working when he isn't. He's so intent on being dominant that he makes sure that he leaves no stone unturned. Tonight he has done that, and he assures us that he's going to keep his championship.
There were a few guys that could have gotten this title fight. He believes the most worthy opposition got this opportunity. Now the champion's job is to turn him back. Our tale of the tape for this bantamweight championship fight. All right, here now the veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Jonathan Dragon Martinez. And now he's the champion, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Bantamweight Champion of the world, Tyler the Matrix Phillips.
So Herb Dean, third man in there for this one.
Ready.
All right, here we go. 5 rounds for the UFC's Bantamweight Championship. Going to be very interesting to see how this title fight plays out. Throwing that jab now again, the fighter evades. Big left hook coming, it's blocked.
Nice shot there by the champ.
Straight punch, useful. Oh, big kick lands flush.
When both are prepared, these are the types of fights that we expect. Nice leg kick. Every time he throws that leg kick, it lands with so much force. Clean punch.
So the kickboxer able to stay on his feet, at least for now. This is where he wants the fight, and you gotta think stuff in the first shot's gonna give him some confidence.
It's gotta give him a ton of confidence. He said that he would be able to defend takedowns. He said that he was going to put it on this guy. But that was the first test. He's passed. Now let's see if he can continue to defend takedowns as they come in his direction.
Oh, spinning back fist out of nowhere. His misses are entertaining. Strong straight left there.
Oh, nice inside kick.
Oh, and there's another leg kick for good measure. So doing a really good job with that weapon here tonight. And if you're trying to slow your opponent down, mission accomplished so far.
When you can land that many leg kicks, you start to affect the movement. You start to affect the hand. Everything changes when you're blasting someone over and over and over with leg kicks. And you start to see the damage, not only in the legs, but in the facial expression of his opponent.
He missed with that jab attempt there.
Oh, that one landed, yep.
Nicely timed kick to the body for the champion. Picture perfect shot there, DC, and one more of those, he might be out.
I mean, the fight is going to be over. I can't believe he's still standing. That shot landed perfect. Big right hand. Oh, big elbow.
Right hook to the head blocked.
Leg kick lands.
Final seconds. Oh!
He's got to keep pressing here.
Entertaining scrap so far.
He's getting better with the striking. Wants you to cut those angles and get out of his range. We have to change game plans. Plan B. Let's get that close.
While we look back at some of the replays from that previous round, DC, a lot of good action for fight fans over those 5 minutes.
I mean, high pace, high intensity, all action first round. Both landed multiple strikes. What a great round of fighting.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, let's get to round 2. All right, next round is now underway. DC, any major takeaways after the previous 5 minutes?
That both of these guys are very evenly matched. The matchmakers did a fantastic job when they put these two in the octagon. So even though it wasn't crazy, you got to see high-level mixed martial arts.
It's okay. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up.
Well, he continues to offer up the kick here, but just misses with that one.
Very fast leg kick lands for him.
Hey, keep moving. Hey, take that shot. Take the shot.
Able to land there with the straight left.
More of that. Let's go.
Oh, huge overhand there.
He's throwing bombs. Every time they come into contact, he is throwing bombs.
Tries to mix in a takedown here. Well, a really good second round for him thus far. After a somewhat lackluster first round, he has found the rhythm and found his striking range. Scary proposition for the opponent now here in round 2. Bleeding now, nasty cut on his nose. Throws the teep now and it lands. Just over 2 minutes to go in round 2. Lands a nice straight.
Oh my goodness, what a kick!
Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Trying to hammer that lead leg. Oh, man, the blood is flowing now. I know a lot of you like that, but he has got to figure some things out defensively or this fight's going to end.
He's got to move his head, John. But the problem is, now he's got the blood to deal with. He's got a sharp striker in front of him. He has got a lot of things to deal with if he wants to win this fight. But right now, the focus needs to be on the head movement so you're not getting hit in that cut.
Oh, this is not good. Mounted crucifix, all that body weight from the top position. This could be the beginning of the end.
Yes, this could be the beginning of the end. This is a very, very bad position for the bottom guy. The top guy has moved into a position where he can finish the fight. He just needs to make sure that the trap he has set is still tended to so that the guy doesn't escape.
And the horn sounds on round 2. All right, so the round is over, and you see the cut man not wasting any time as the fighter makes his way back to the stool. The cut man will try to shut that cut on the bridge of his nose and prevent it from becoming a factor here moving forward. Well, his nose is just mangled. The cut appears to be the big issue. Let's get you some replays from that previous round.
I mean, it's getting hammered. He's going back to the well over and over again. And why would he not? His opponent wasn't good on the defense. His opponent allowed for him to land too clean. And now, he's just targeting that cut on the nose.
You ready? You ready?
All right, here we go with this 3rd round of this championship fight. All right, another round is now underway. Pretty good previous 2 rounds. We'll see who makes the requisite adjustments now moving forward.
The adjustments are... Oh, big right hand! Down is going to end the fight.
Yep. Nice jab. Well, champ, I don't see that well, but it's hard to miss the redness underneath that elbow. A lot of bodily investment from his opponent tonight.
Yeah, it's an investment. It may not pay dividends right now, but the more you go there, the more damage you do, eventually it will show itself. Right now, it's starting to show.
There's the single.
Good jab there by the champion. Yep, got to be very careful there.
We'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here.
Massive shot from the top.
Man, he's killing it on the ground. Another strike gets through.
Big ground and pound. Big right hook there by the champ.
And right into side control. Nicely done. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. All right, working on the ground here, his opponent's feet on the hips. Oh, crowd just loving it as the fighters, after an extended grappling battle, make their way back to the feet.
Yeah, they're back on their feet. They spent a lot of energy on the ground. Well, these guys were going back and forth on the ground, and ultimately, he's gotten back to his feet to give himself an opportunity.
Just out of range with that strike.
Short time now in the round.
Just misses with a left hook there. Well, it's all pace and pressure down the stretch. He is really lighting him up now. Just misses with the left hook. Man, these guys have some chins on them. Huge shots being landed on both sides. Unable to connect with the right. Potentially 2 more to go. We are headed to the championship rounds.
Taking a lot of damage to the body. I need you to keep your elbows in tight. Lock your distance. Remember.
All right, now we take a look back at some of the action in that previous round, DC. A lot to like on both sides, really.
I mean, both were intent on going forward. And what happens when nobody wants to take a step back? They meet in the middle. That's exactly what they did, and they both found success over the course of that round.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
4th round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go with our 4th round of a possible 5, and a lot of fighters change up their training camp when they're fighting 5 rounds versus 3.
Yeah, you gotta change it up. You have to mix things up because fighting for an extra 10 minutes is not normal. Guys don't do this normally. It's a 15-minute fight, so you have to do things physically and also mentally to make sure that you're ready to go that extra 10 minutes.
Well, most fighters can't keep up this type of aggression and pace, but you don't have to worry about this guy. He hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down tonight. Well, he keeps going back to the well with that left hand, just out of range. Well, no feeling out process tonight. Both fighters invoking damage on the other side.
Yes, we knew this would be very competitive. We knew that this would...
On that punch right there, his opponent's compromised, DC.
It's one thing to land a hard shot. It's another thing completely to land a perfect shot. And that was a perfect shot. He went high on that one.
Oh, with authority, the body. Well, no denying that he rocked him, but couldn't quite get the finish.
He hurt him real bad, but he couldn't find the shot that would put him to sleep. He threw a lot of punches, but he couldn't get the one to land on the button that would end the night.
Well, he was setting up the hooks early and often tonight. Watch for him to try to set it up again here. That's a huge shot right there, DC. You don't want to eat too many more of those.
No, and he needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Oh, big left hand there.
Great block there.
All right, so look at that. A cut has been opened around that eye area.
He's taking shots over and over again to that area, and now he's dealing with a cut.
Able to work it into the takedown.
In the half guard.
60 seconds.
Going for a submission now, or so it appears.
He's looking to finish, John. Oh, it's getting very, very deep.
All right, so now going to position over submission as he bails on the sub. Posture's up now. Oh, it delivers. Huge punch to the head there.
He's got to be careful here.
Another ground and pound strike gets home. Buzzer sounds for the end of round 4, 20 minutes in the books. All right, so that's the end of the round. Potential adversity here. He's got a cut on his cheek sustained from that strike in the round. Now the focus becomes maximizing these 60 seconds, shutting that cut and preventing it from becoming a major factor here moving forward. All right, back to the stool, and he is officially swole, and I'm not talking about muscles. He is swollen up top.
I mean, he looks bad. It's because he was too stationary. He was on the receiving end of too many big shots. He was beat up. He was battered. He was bruised. And look at all the swelling. It shows that he has taken far too many.
Fifth and final round. Straight punch.
Oh!
He's hurt now.
Beautiful block there.
Keeps going back to that jab, keeps throwing that jab, but unable to land. Tries to work it into a takedown. Swing and a miss with that straight left hand. Oh, spinning back fist out of nowhere. Big roundhouse now, just misses.
Oh, nice elbow.
Just over 3 minutes now to go in the fight. Oh, straight punch, it's there again. Nice body shot there. Not much behind the takedown offering there.
He's got to either go southpaw or he has to actually just try to throw the whole kitchen sink at him.
Man, that cut is so bad, you wonder if at some point that is going to start to... That's a seminal blow right there, DC. He's rocked.
That was a beautiful hook. It landed perfectly, and it hurt his opponent very bad. Oh, nice.
Well, informed speculation says he's going to try to set up another hook here.
Oh, nice takedown defense.
All right, now a little separation between the two fighters. All right, champ, now we're starting to see some bruising on that thigh. Pretty good job attacking that area tonight.
I mean, this guy is digging his shin into hit the thigh. What a tremendous performance by this guy.
1 minute to go in the fight.
Beautiful kick.
Goes to the body there. All right, so he continues to land right on that cut. Getting a little bit hard to watch right now with all the blood pouring out.
You know, sometimes you got guys that cut easily. You think the Diaz brothers, this guy gets cut, but it doesn't seem to be deterring him. He's still trying to fight, but he's got to make
That's his biggest strike as he has landed thus far tonight.
big, massive shot lands. Look at how tough his opponent is, though. Still standing, still in there fighting.
The official decision is in. It resides with Bruce.
We go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 48-47, 50-45, and 49-47. For the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Tyler the Matrix Phillips!
Well, when you can hold a title at 135 pounds in modern-day mixed martial arts and in the UFC, you're one of the best pound-for-pound fighters.